Perpetual student here for class 2, part 3. Um, so do check out the first 2 parts so you understand everything. I'm not really gonna go back and backtrack too much, but we're just discussing why black people don't use traditional mental health services. There's a lot of different reasons, a lot of historical trauma that has been passed down, right? And so we're just gonna continue the conversation from the last video, part 2. And in this class, we're gonna go over a few more reasons why black people might not be too trustful of traditional mental health services. So stick around, of course, and remember, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and let's get into it. Drapetomania was concocted by a man named Samuel Cartwright. Now, of course, at the time, there were people who tried to debunk this theory, tried to characterize him as a quack. But just because this man, Samuel Cartwright, was ridiculed by his contemporaries does not mean that this was not respected or implemented and utilized by his contemporaries as well. Because it's just natural that people who are competing, there will be people who, detractors, who will try to discount or discredit something that another does in the same field. So that's what was occurring. However, this man's idea was utilized to diagnose slaves who wanted to be free with this diagnosis of drapetomania, an irrational want to be free. This was the criterion of the diagnosis, right? And so when you combine those other instances with the general horrible history of psychology and the old sanitariums and how they used to chain people to their beds and use all sorts of torture methods on them, you have to understand the mistrust and the apprehension that will spill over and roll over into the following generations, especially for black people. A last example, Henrietta Lacks. They stole her cells, unbeknownst to her and her family, and used it to develop all types of medical technology. But again, this is just another instance of a black woman who was violated by the medical field, right? And so when you have all these instances in the past and the present, and you combine it with fear, legitimate fear from tangible and accessible examples of violation, then you get why there is a low retention rate and a high attrition rate of blacks in the mental health, right? And lastly, you have the behavior and culture of blacks being treated as pathological. White behavior and culture is treated as the norm or the baseline, the homeostasis that people should have, right? And so even when you have black mental health practitioners, yeah, you might have a black psychologist or psychiatrist or mental health counselor, etc. However, if their training is based on the idea that black behavior is pathological, how much help can they be? Because the people who have been viewing it, assessing it, and defining its parameters, well, the history is there to show that there was no respect, there was no understanding, and there was no real want to help and elevate those people. There was more done to damage the psyche of blacks in the mental health field than there was to mend it and improve it and expand it. So the next time you wonder why black people don't utilize mental health, ask yourself why. What is stopping them from going? Because don't we all want to have a sound mind? Don't we all want to do better, feel better, and not only for ourselves, but for the people around us? So I hope you learned a few things in this video. Hey, if you don't believe, or you feel I got something wrong, or you feel as though there was something missed, or leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you think. And go follow the Instagram. And let's all keep learning together. All right. So